Hello and welcome to our contacts tutorial video. In this brief demonstration, I will walk you through the process of adding a contact to your email marketing platform account. When you log into your account, there are two ways to go to our contacts dashboard. From the home screen, you'll see that there's a button to add a new contact, and on the left side dashboard menu, you should see a contacts tab. By clicking either of the two, you'll be prompted to our contacts dashboard, where you'll be able to see all the contacts that you have, as well as add contacts that you have prepared and ready to send emails to. So when you go to your contacts dashboard, because you have a new account, you should not see any data whatsoever. You'll see that there are three buttons at the top of the screen. There's an add a recipient, which is associated with our manual process of adding a contact. You'll see an import recipients button, which will lead you to our drag and drop import recipients wizard. And then you'll see an option to add custom fields. By clicking on the add custom fields, you'll actually be prompted to our custom fields dashboard, which you can see that there's a tab for custom fields on the left side dashboard menu. And basically adding a custom field involves creating a unique form field that requests information from the contacts. So for example, if you create a form sign up form on your website and you're looking for B2B customers, you can add a custom field asking the subscriber what his position in the company is, whether it's a marketing associate, whether it's a manager, whether it's a supervisor, whether it's a vice president, whether it's a CEO, because we know that in today's digital age, more information about a contact or subscriber is definitely better than less. So you can click the add a recipient button to be prompted to our manual contact addition process. Now please note that whatever contact that you add to our system, you must have permission to email this contact. The last thing that we want to do, and I'm sure you'd feel the same, is to upload lists of just spam emails that you can just send out and blast people with content. And that's the last thing that we want to have, as well as we want to make sure that we avoid any canned spam complaints. So it's important that you have permission and that you've done your due diligence to get that. So before adding any of the information below, please click the I have permission to email this contact. Now if you look down, you have your traditional form fields that are usually asked when you add any kind of contact to a system, whether it's a CRM or an email marketing platform account. You have your first, last name, email, company title, mobile phone, address. And please note that not all of these form fields are necessary for you to successfully submit an email to, but it's probably best that you at least have someone's first, last name, and email. And so as you can see at the bottom, there is a default marketing set. By typing in this form field, you can select which marketing set you want to associate this contact with. By selecting a contact and associating it with a specific marketing set, when you send an email and you select the marketing set that you've placed this contact into, that contact will only be visible with the marketing set that you've associated it with. So if I have a default marketing set and then I have a marketing set that's titled new marketing campaign, and I manually create this contact and I place him in my default marketing set, when I go to create an email, if I don't select the default marketing set that has the associated contact, when I create my email to send it out, the contact that I just created and placed in my default marketing set will not appear as an available contact to send an email to. So please note that you place this contact in the appropriate marketing set. Otherwise, you might pull your hair out wondering why none of the contacts that you've added are accessible to email to when you're going through our send email wizard. Now you can also see at the bottom there's an option to add a custom field. By clicking on add a custom field, you'll be able to see any custom fields that you've already created beforehand. Now, like the example that I mentioned earlier, I've already gone and created a custom field for position at company. So you can select the custom field that you want to add to this particular contact, and then you'll also be able to see what's the options for his position at company. So let's make this individual a vice president. Okay, and then go ahead and fill out his name and his email. So once you click submit, you'll now see that contact in your contacts dashboard. You'll see the date that it was created, the date that it was updated, the email address. You'll also see the option to edit the contact as well as delete the contact. And that's how you manually add one contact at a time. But let's say that you want to import a list of contacts that you've already prepared. So what you would do is that you would click import recipients, and you'll be prompted to our upload file dashboard. Now this is our drag and drop import list wizard. From here you can simply take any type of .csv, .txt, .xls, and .xlsx file and merely drop it into this little box, and our system will go ahead and process all the contacts that you have in our list and upload it to the system. Now please note that there are some very specific rules with our drag and drop wizards. There's not a lot of them, but please do your best in following through with these rules, such as maximum file size, extension type requirements, sheet requirements, and deciding whether you want to include or exclude headers when you're importing your file. By following all the rules, it'll make sure that your list of contacts will be imported into our system rather seamlessly, instead of experiencing errors and pulling your hair trying to figure out what's going on and why your list of contacts is not being pulled into our system. Now, I've already prepared a list of contacts for you, and I'll show you how easy it is to drag and drop contacts into the wizard. So I've already prepared a .csv file called master list of contacts. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop it in. And now that I've drag and dropped it in, it's going to ask me to map the contacts, map the form fields of my contacts to specific form field categories. Now, as you can see in the first line, we have emails up above. So I'm going to go ahead to this drop down box, and I'm going to choose to pair it with email addresses. And this is going to make sure that all the information that your list of contacts has gets tagged to the appropriate field. As you can see in the second row, these are all first names, so I'm going to go ahead and associate that with the first name category. And the last row is the bottom for last name, and I'm going to go ahead and associate last name with the last names on the list. Now you can also see that there's an option to associate these contacts with a specific marketing set. So please be aware that it is very important for you to associate your list of contacts or individual contact with whatever marketing set you want to operate within. So go ahead and click the finish button, and now you'll see that we are now importing your data into the system. Now it does take some time for our system to process all of the contacts in your list, but it's never going to be more than 3 to 4 minutes. So go ahead, if you don't see all the contacts that you've imported from your list, just go ahead and click the refresh button a couple times over a span of 3 to 5 minutes, and by the end of the 5-minute mark, you should have every single contact that you've imported on your list. And that is the two-step process for adding a contact to our system. If you have any questions, please go to our knowledge base and click on our contacts articles, where we'll be able to walk you through this video with writing. So I appreciate your time and have a great day.